This is a large capacity aromatherapy mister by Meco. And as you see, it has a light feature, which is pretty spiffy. It can cycle through all the different colors, or you can set it to a color of your choosing, and then it will cycle through till all the way off, like that. You can use the light with the mister or the mister without the light. You can use anything in any combination you want. So if you want the mister without the light, you can use that too. Now the mister is currently going, but right now it's on low, so it's kind of hard to see the mist coming out of it. So low is definitely very low. So I'm going to go ahead and press this middle button and kick it up to high. And hopefully, maybe you can see that. Can you see the mist? It's coming out a little bit stronger now. It's interesting to note that when I had this mister less full, it seemed like it was coming out more, if that makes sense. The less I had it filled, the more mist came out of it. Now there's a good stream coming out of it now, but just something that I noticed. And that could be because this is such a large capacity device, 700 milliliters, which is about 3 cups. Going to last anywhere from 9 to 11 hours just on one tank fill, which is pretty cool. But it also has, right here you can see a timer feature. So right now the little blue button is illuminating over the 60-minute mark, but you also have a 120-minute mark and a 180-minute mark and an always on feature. So that's nice that they include that as well. In addition to these 4, it also has an auto off feature. So when you run the reservoir completely dry, it will turn itself off so you don't have to worry about the motor burning out, which is really nice. Personally speaking, I never like to let it get that far, even though they say it's okay. It's just a personal quirk of mine. Runs quietly, as you can hear or not hear, so you could use this by a bedside with no problem. Because of the larger size of this, it's good for larger size rooms. They say in the description up to, I think they said 60 square feet. I'm not sure. Anyway, just a rule of thumb, the smaller the room, the more potent the smell, and that's just common sense. So, and I should also point out, you don't have to use this with essential oils if you don't want to. If you want to use this as just a straight humidifier, you can certainly do that. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Cleaning. Let's go over cleaning. I'm going to turn that off. And I'm going to lift the lid on it. And so I've got it all full of water here. And you see right here, maybe you can't read it from the video, but it says drain side. So it's full of water and you want to drain it. You always have to drain it from this side or you risk damaging the machine. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to drain it from this side. Okay. So this is where the mist is made. This is I guess they call it an atomizer. So it's pretty simple and it doesn't weigh very much at all. So in order to clean this, what you do is you take a damp cloth like this one and you just wipe. And that's really all you need to do. You might want to take a Q-tip and get that little bit. But when you're using this with essential oils just naturally leave kind of an oily residue around the areas that they touch. And so just wiping it with a damp cloth gets rid of it. No scrubbing involved. Takes just a few seconds. And you're going to want to do that certainly every, I don't know, 5 or 6 times you use it. But definitely if you're changing scents, you need to clean it out after you change a scent. That's just, again, common sense. So I'm going to fill it up again here. I'm not going to fill it all the way full. I'm just going to put maybe a half cup in there. And then now would be the time that you add your essential oil if you want it. and put the lid on. So now I have the outlet is pointing that way. It doesn't matter. And then I'm going to turn on the mist. And there it starts right up again. I can see it. See what I'm talking about? There it goes. It's misting a lot more now that it's mostly empty. And I have to think that has to do with the weight of the water on the atomizer. That's the only thing I can come up with. But as you see, it's putting out a huge amount as compared to what it was before when I had it completely full. So there I've changed it to the high. I can't really tell a difference between the high and the low. But yeah, that's a good amount of mist that it is pulling out. And I'm going to shut it off now, and I'm going to open the cover again so you can see. It's kind of cool. When you open the cover, you see all that mist come out. Now, it didn't do that before when I took the cover off because I had the water level so high. So I guess maybe the way I'm going to use it, because I like a lot of scent and mist in the air, I'm probably only ever going to fill it halfway full, and I'll probably use the timer feature on it. So I'm really grateful that they added that. And I also really like the fact that it has a nightlight feature, because that is so great for my kids to have. They really don't like the dark. They're young enough now that they still don't like the dark. And so it's just kind of a cool thing to have in their room.